2 minutes and counting at this point.
Chuck, this is Emery and Carmen with you.
I'm with you, too.
According to the plan, maybe you can run through this. There were to be 2 sirens sounded at 2 minutes. Could you kind of walk us down as best you can into what we're going to see?
Well, we are hearing some sirens. I don't think that's the horn or the siren they're speaking of. That might be police in the distance. But what we're going to hear are these sirens that give an all clear to the signal to the police force and make sure everybody is off the ground level. To prepare everybody up here. And of course the mayor is up on this level of the garage with what is in essence a ceremonial plunger. He will indeed push the plunger, but simultaneous to that there is a crew trailer down at the ground level, Emery and Carmen, that has the officials in it that will actually push the buttons. They have backup buttons, much like the fireworks here at 4th of July time. In case the computerized buttons don't work, they can push them manually. And they have set in that building at different levels, the first and the second basement level. I'm told about the 5th floor, the 16th floor, and the 22nd floor, strategically placed 2,900 pounds of explosives so that the building will implode, one end falling toward the other, and by its very sheer weight pulling it down, they will then blow the basement, all of that occurring within 8 seconds.
We will. Go ahead, Carmen.
I was just going to ask Chuck, we couldn't have better weather for this, could we? Could we have asked for better weather, Chuck?
Oh, you're not kidding. We have exactly the kind of weather they would have wanted. No rain. The wind, of course, blowing in a direction toward this rooftop, but that's not the concern that they have.
We are going to see, Chuck, a series of flashes starting at the southwest corner, which will be visible for about 9.6 seconds. So let's listen now.
Everybody, here we go. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Dennis. 4.
Emery, Carmen, can you hear me?
We hear you, Chuck.
You can actually see from our camera's vantage point here this dust cloud actually streaming across the street. I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like a snowstorm coming right at us. Can you see that across that parking deck?
We see it. It's almost like a volcanic dust.
It really is, and it is literally coming right at people on this rooftop. They've now just realized that this is moving in our direction. They are heading for the vestibules and the elevator. Unfortunately, the elevator isn't going to help. This is going to be like sheer darkness in just minutes. I'm literally across the street from this cloud, which is now approaching us, and so much like hunkering down in a bunker, I'm going to get down at a certain level and put on my mask.
Before we lose contact with you, Chuck, based on what we can see here, it appears that it was a success. We don't see anything that would indicate that there were any problems at all. Can you determine that? Are you in the cloud?
Well, I'm in the cloud right now, Emery. As a matter of fact, I could tell as it was going down, all I saw, the very last thing was that flagpole, which I was surprised they even left standing, but I saw that come down, so I would assume, being the very top of the building, that it is indeed down.
We have many camera angles to show you. We're going to replay this event. Carmen, I don't know about you, but sitting here, I got goosebumps watching this from here. It was terribly exciting from here in the studio. We can only imagine what it was like out there.
And at first, you know, you looked at it, you heard the explosions, the various explosions, and then you waited. And you waited in first. And I know you said, and at first everybody says, it's not going down. And I said, oh, yes, it is. And you started to see it fall just one by one. And Rod, I don't know what it looks like up from there, but we've got a wonderful shot of that cloud of dust that used to be the HUDSON'S building. How was it for you?
Well, it was fascinating, Carmen, because we describe it almost as the monster that ate the HUDSON'S building, because the building just sat there. We could see some flashes. Then you could see the dust sort of wafting out of the bottom of the building, and then the dust cloud came up, and the building fell into the middle of the dust cloud. And now, as you can see, that dust cloud is going all over the city, and you literally cannot see anything in the downtown area. The entire downtown area is covered with a very thick, gray, fine smoke. And the wind, though it's blowing, is not blowing it very far or very fast. So it's all sort of coming down, and it's just amazing to watch from up here. We cannot even see where the rubble is right now because it is all masked in smoke. In fact, the smoke now is going over toward the Rensen, and that is almost obscured now by the smoke as well. A fascinating sight. We had been told to expect the dust, but I don't think anybody thought we were going to see this much.
60 million pounds of debris that fall in one pile, Chuck.
I'm here with you, Emery.
We were just talking about the dust and mentioning that this is 660 million pounds of debris. There you are.
I'm here.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm actually kneeling down behind maybe a 3.5-foot concrete riser off the side of the top deck of this parking garage. The sunglasses are not here to make me look like Magnum PI. That was to help keep the debris out of my eyes. We've put on our masks that have helped with the debris. You can see some of the sunshine trying to come through now. It appears the debris is now floating through here. We literally have a good, 32nd, 16th of an inch of debris and dust that has covered every single bit of our equipment. You can see here it looks like we've been involved in an immediate snowstorm, and it is still spreading. A lot of folks made their way down through the vestibule, but even if they walked out at the ground level, you saw that cloud coming at us with great speed, and so I think that everybody who was here is basically breathing the same thing we are.
Unbelievable. Do they have any idea how long it's going to take that cloud to dissipate?
It seems to me, Carmen, right now I'm seeing a little blue sky through the top that we're actually getting a little bit of a break here, but we'll replay a sky cam shot here for you to show you exactly what was happening as this building imploded, and that here it is. This is the replay now, and you'll see that cloud of dust just spread right out. And indeed, the owner of this company, whose name is Jack, told me that he knew that this rooftop was going to be ground zero for the direction of the dust. Look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
And you're hearing crowd reaction, people certainly cheering. And this took a lot of work. I mean, they just couldn't go in there, Emery, and set those that massive amount of explosions. They actually had to chisel into the building and to weaken that building because it really was built never to come down.
Put a lot of explosives down on the ground floors, and the building in effect collapses upon itself. Let's go to Roger Weber.
Hey,
Roger
Carmen,
is in Cadillac Square. We hear you. Go ahead, Roger.
You can actually see from our camera's vantage point here this dust cloud actually streaming across the street. I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like a snowstorm coming right at us. Can you see that across that parking deck?
Is that Chuck?
Yeah, that's Chuck.
That's Chuck.
That's Chuck, Roger.
Chuck, hold off a second. We want to go to Roger. Roger, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Roger, let's go to Roger. Roger, tell us what you saw and what's going on at your vantage point.
Well, Emery, I think I know how the people of Pompeii felt in 79 A.D. I feel like it was Mount Vesuvius that blew right by us. You could see the, we're going to have some tape we're going to go to now. Here you go. Now, when the explosive started on that southwest side of the building, we could feel the concussion over here. It was like it was slapping you right in the chest. And there we go toward the tower on the north side, and down it went. But what I did not expect was that dust cloud being that intense. You see, it just started coming our way. When that dust cloud finally hit us, it was absolutely pitch black at our location. I'm so glad I had this.
My name's Phil.
I'm so glad that I had this dust mask on because it is really intense here. Finally, the sun came back out, and we can start to see again. People are moving around, and
Roger,
let me see if I can take a breath now.
Okay,
Yeah,
Roger, can
yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
Now
this off.
now we get an idea of why the city asked people not to come downtown to
Exactly.
watch this and stand on the street. I mean, because they would have gotten completely covered
Exactly.
with that kind of debris.